because the court concludes that the allegedly defamatory statements in Not Like Us are non-actionable opinion, the motion to dismiss is granted.
Well. What do we have here? Ain't a good day for the OVO camp, man. It really ain't a good day. Breaking news. That BS lawsuit that Drake found, Judge Vargas dismissed it, man. I did go online. This is breaking news, y'all. I found it on a few places, so I'm going to assume this is true. This one right here is coming from TMZ. I'm going to read the article, and we're going to go from there. All right. Drake UMG defamation lawsuit dismissed. And this is today, of course, 1:35 p.m. Pacific time. Drake just took a big legal loss against his own record label because his federal defamation suit against Universal Music Group has been thrown out of court. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the judge ruled the allegedly defamatory statements in Not Like Us are non-actionable opinion. In other words, Drake can't sue for defamation over the song lyrics. As you know, Drake was suing UMG for releasing and promoting Kendrick Lamar's Vicious diss track. Drake claimed UMG knew full well Kendrick's lyrics and images in the music video, referring to Drake as a supposed PDF file, were false and dangerous. In dismissing the lawsuit, the judge says, quote, even accusations of criminal behavior are not actionable. If understood in context, they are opinion rather than fact, end quote. And that right there is what everybody been saying the whole damn time. Anybody with some sense anyway. She said, even accusations of criminal behavior, right, are not actionable if understood in context, or opinion rather than fact. And remember, she was asking all those questions and proposing to Drake's legal team during all those other hearings about, well, shouldn't I be thinking about this in context of the tracks like Tailor-Made Freestyle, so on and so forth. So she kind of was hinting as to like how she was going to go. All right, and goes on to say, translation, the fact the allegations are part of a diss track and not a news report means the average person would not interpret it as fact, and therefore Drake can't sue. The judge also says the average listener is not under the impression a diss track is the product of thoughtful or disinterested investigation. The court also noted that Kendrick's PDF file line was a direct callback to Drake's lyrics in his previous diss track, Tailor-Made Freestyle. So see, there we go again. The judge, and she pretty much kind of was hinting that she was going to do this and go back to this. But again, the court noted that Kendrick's PDF file line was a quote. Let me do the quote. Quote, was a direct callback to Drake's lyrics, end quote, in his previous diss track, Tailor-Made Freestyle. A spokesperson from the Universal Music Group tells TMZ, from the outset, this suit was an affront to all artists and their creative expression and never should have seen the light of day. We're pleased with the court's dismissal and look forward to continuing our work successfully promoting Drake's music and investing in his career. We've reached out to Drake so far, no word back. You ain't gonna hear nothing from that fool, man. Come on now. Hey, it's crazy because he did all this for what, man? Now you look even stupider. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's check out a couple more clips, though. Let's check out and get some more context to this decision.
In some breaking news, Drake's defamation lawsuit against UMG over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has been dismissed. Let's read what Judge Vargas had to say. This case arises from perhaps the most infamous rap battle in the genre's history, the vitriolic war of words that erupted between superstar recording artist Aubrey Drake Graham and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth in the spring of 2024. Over the course of 16 days, the two artists released 8 so-called diss tracks with increasingly heated rhetoric, loaded accusations, and violent imagery. The penultimate song of this feud, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, dealt the metaphorical killing blow. The song contains lyrics explicitly accusing Drake of being a PDF, set to a catchy beat and propulsive bass line. Not Like Us went on to become a cultural sensation, achieving immense commercial success and critical acclaim. Both Kendrick Lamar and Drake have recording contracts with defendant UMG Records. Drake alleges that UMG intentionally published and promoted Not Like Us, knowing that the song's insinuations that he has relations with minors were false and defamatory. Drake has brought this action against UMG for defamation, harassment, and the second degree in violation of Section 349 of the New York General Business Law. Before the court is defendant's motion to dismiss pursuant Rule 12b-6 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Because the court concludes that the allegedly defamatory statements in Not Like Us are non-actionable opinion, the motion to dismiss is granted. The legal standards to survive a motion to dismiss, a complaint must contain sufficient factual matter accepted as true to state a claim to relief that is plausible on its face. And then they cite the standard. A plaintiff may not simply allege facts are consistent with liability. The complaint must nudge plaintiff's claims across the line from conceivable to plausible. And then they cite those claims. Threadbare recitals of the elements of a cause of action supported by mere conclusory statements do not suffice. When ruling on a motion to dismiss under Rule 12b-6, the court accepts as a true all well-pledged allegations and draws all reasonable inferences in favor of the non-moving party. And then they cite the next source. The court need not credit legal conclusions couched as factual allegations, however. Now, the judge went over this with due process and fairly. And I tried to tell people who wanted to listen to OVO docket all day, they are posting biased information. Read everything from everywhere. The judge is split down the middle, and they're going to go over every faction provided and come up with a decision. And this was the decision that the judge made. You cannot sue over this song being published because you put out songs that were defamatory as well. And
yeah, man, and the songs are still up. I mean, Family Matters is still up, but this is the whole thing. Why go through all of this? This highlights even more just how petulant and fucking entitled Drake is. How much of a sore loser, man. Like, this just shows it all that much more. The fact that you didn't get you couldn't even get past this phase with it, and all the huffing and puffing and build up that your lawyers did and going back and forth on Twitter, on X with UMG's lawyers and all this other shit, all for naught. How fucking dumb is this look? And all the people that was defending this bullshit, Jim Jones and all of them other guys, oh, he's going against them. This nigga ain't raging against the machine. Come on, man.
This song happened to win. That's what happened. That's what happened. Oh, but you can't say somebody's a PDF. There's no rule book here. You guys are just...
Apparently you can, nigga. You can say it all you want. In a rap battle, at least. Oh, and at least in a rap battle, you can say it 20 times if you want. Dumbass. Can't just call someone. I'll assume too if somebody called me. Well, guess what, nigga? Your lawsuit gonna get dismissed too.
Making up rules because somebody's your favorite artist. It didn't make any sense. It never made any sense. And when somebody tells you guys that, you start to call people biased and say a bunch of nonsensical rhetoric. Nothing ever made sense with the lawsuit. Oh, you can't put out diss records and then somebody puts out diss records back and you say, well, why would you guys publish that one? That's meaning about me. How you guys feel about this? Let me know in the comments.
I blame 50 Cent. I think 50 Cent put Drake up to this to stop it from being played at the Super Bowl. And after that, it's just a sunk cost fallacy. He was all in. He, instead of cutting his losses, he figured he'd just keep it going, man. I really wonder if his lawyers really made him believe he had a chance, or if they told him, look, Drake, you really don't got a chance here, man. I mean, if you really want us to, we will, but you really... And Drake was like, no, I'm suing them son of a bitches for what they did to me. How dare they? How dare they? And he like made them, but either way, somebody said the same shit I said. Someone check on OVO Mall. Bro took 2 L's. Portia and her minions aren't going to like that. They're going to find some. You can't even spin this to help you out. I know the new cap was, well, they've been going around talking about some leak reference tracks that Kendrick had for Baby King. I don't know how that, even if that's true, I don't know how that makes Kendrick look bad. So yeah, the light skin lawsuit is over. Even the judge said Drake lost. I guess it's gonna be Drake in 10 now, y'all. Yo, it's gonna be Drake in 10. I guess round 2 didn't work, round 3 didn't work, Drake in 5 didn't work, none of that shit worked, y'all. Man. So anyway, man, that's gonna be it for this for now. For now, we'll probably be here to comment on other people who start as this news gets around and some of the bigger platforms start to talk about it. We'll definitely come back and react to those comments and see what other people thinking, what other people talking about. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood, and a great day for hip hop. Shout out Judge Vargas, man. Shout out Judge Vargas. Y'all hit that like button. Hype up this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Get in that comment section. I'll check y'all in the next one.